So today's video is something interesting. Today I am bringing back the half speculation, half news and discussion video for you guys, because I know you like the last speculation and discussion videos that I done. So today I'm coming back to that with a brand new Path of Titans video where we're looking at an upcoming combat update which has been up in the air for some time already. Of course, it's going to be in separate parts of the video, so we'll start it off with what we know about this update, then we'll go into some of the abilities that we kind of know will be coming in the future, and then we'll go into some speculation. The timestamps for everything are on the screen now, so you can go to the specific parts of the video that you deem necessary, whether you want to go to the first part and just skip the intro, or you want to go to the second part and skip the first two parts. It's entirely up to you. Of course, if you do enjoy this video, feel free to like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and you'll be kept up to date with all the upcoming dinosaur news or dinosaur game news. And yeah, I hope you enjoy, and let's just get right into the video. So, an upcoming combat update. Why am I talking about an update that we technically don't really know is coming? Well, I'm going to be telling you why in this section. Firstly, we do have some sense that an update is coming, but remember, this is an update that developers want to bring to the game before growth, and so they want to perfect this one before growth. So it will be coming in the near future rather than the distant future, because they want to get this done before the pre-release of the game. How do we know this? Well, we finally have locational based quests in the game, which the questing is what the devs wanted to be done before they go into any more, whether that be combat, growth, or some other stuff like that. And since we have now got food and quests, and the quests are being wrapped up in a sense with the new locational quests, filling in all the points of interest with quests and just adding all of that, it kind of means that a combat update is on the horizon. We just got a bunch of combat abilities as well to test out, namely the first one and most important one is that brand new Deinonychus speed buff ability, which is very interesting to note, but that isn't why I'm making this video. The other day we had a brand new update come to Path of Titans. This update removed the keybinds for the calls, so essentially the keybinds used to be from 1 to 9, but realistically it was 1 to 6 on the keybinds, the number keys, but that was removed, and now you can only access the emotes via the emote wheel, and this is what they say about it in the changelog for this update. Please note that there are several keybind changes for both controller and keyboard and mouse. These keybinds changes are for an upcoming combat update where dinosaurs will have more than 2 abilities at a time. Please use the vocal wheel for calls, as the 1 to 9 keys will activate the abilities instead. Due to the keybind changes, they will be reset this patch, which is absolutely massive news. Firstly, because we were so used to having the keybinds on 1 to 9 on the keyboard, and now it's going to be for the attacks and abilities, which obviously you can go ahead and try by doing 1 and 2 if you have 2 attacks, or just 1. It will do it through that as well. Of course, you can do your just normal click of your mouse and it still will do an attack. However, this is exciting to me, but we probably won't see this update anytime soon. The realistic chance of this will get kind of big update with it, where we'll see stuff getting added to the public test every now and then. I'm going to be talking about some of these in the next section, by the way. But yeah, we'll see these in a coming onto the public test one at a time. Then they'll release a batch, maybe with like 2 new abilities for each dinosaur. Then we'll just keep seeing more get added over time. That's what I think will happen. I think it'll happen this year, but I don't think it'll be happening this summer, because summer is almost over. Nevertheless, this is exciting, but let's get into the abilities that we know are coming, or the more speculative part of this video. So this part, we actually have a lot to go through, which is stuff that I find very interesting. Now, like I said, this might not come to the far future of the game, and likely some of these abilities that we know will be changed in the future. Some of them haven't even been announced or been playable yet. Some of them have been leaked, and both times that they were leaked, they were changed. So to me, it makes me believe that we'll be getting some abilities, and maybe they won't be like these ones. So keep that in mind, don't get salty. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the first one, the ability I talked about for Deinonychus. This is a support ability. Now, I believe it's for grouped dinosaurs. It might just be for dinosaurs in the area, but if you activate this ability and you roar as your Deinonychus, it gives all dinosaurs in the area a speed buff, unless maybe it's just for dinosaurs in your group. When it was first released, it was dinosaurs in the area, but people suggested that it would be better in the group, so who knows. This is obviously the first ability where it's kind of like this, a support ability in the game, and it obviously opens the door for more. I have a video covering this ability and I do recommend you watch it. Next up we have the Latina Venatrix Pounce. Now this is something that we kind of knew that pounces will be coming for a long time. However, this is something from a video from Muffrey which I found the other day. Definitely recommend it, go check it out. Now I just want to say this ability, this animation that is shown is very, very old. However, it's very interesting to know because it's a very good ability. Now I wonder, will it just be stuck with Latina Venatrix having the pounce, or will Deinonychus have it as well? And when we get a killer bait, or will that have it too? Who knows? Another one that seems to be chucked around by the community is for Allosaurus, is that it has a grapple, or it can grab things. Specifically, grapple is the name that the community have gave it, but it's apparent that it will be able to grab things. This is something that the community is fascinated with. We have no images or evidence that I could find to support this, so take this one with a pinch of salt. However, it's kind of widely accepted that this will probably be an Allosaurus attack. Now, this next one that I have is very interesting. This is for the Alioramus. It's the same or similar to the grapple for Allosaurus, but this is something which is kind of like a lunge attack for the Alioramus. This was leaked twice onto the Path of Titans beta or public test branch, which I managed to get information on by CT2, so shout out to him, go check him out. He was able to get these clips for me, which are now in this video, and are very interesting. Now, this is a nice little ability, and it's very interesting to me because Alio, it kind of extends its attack range, which is very nice since it is quite a long dinosaur at that. Moving on now, we get into Sarcosuchus. Now, this will be a good one for a lot of you all because this confirms the lunge and a death roll ability for the Sarco. Matt confirmed, one of the developers of the developers, said this in the Discord server, saying Sarco doesn't have all its abilities yet. It still needs a lunge and death roll, etc, etc. So it's not going to be balanced right now. This was said in January 1st of this year. So it's obviously something that they have in mind. To add to this, we have a confirmation of a healing ability by one of the developers, Jiggy, who said this: 20 minutes for a Spinosaurus to heal is the absolute longest time if you're standing still, not doing anything to improve your healing. Even laying down will make it 1.5 times shorter. Consider healing abilities, your teammates helping to heal you, healing items. This won't be much of an issue. So, kind of explains there that we could be getting healing abilities in the game. I wonder what dinosaurs will have that. Maybe it'll just be one. But it's very interesting to know. I'm very curious about that. That's pretty much all that I could find for abilities through my research. Let me know if you have any more that we know are coming to the game in the comments down below. I'd love to know your opinions and what you think is coming to the game as well. But let's move into speculation. Now, this part I'm going to be going over 5 speculative things. Now, bear in mind, this is not confirmed. We don't know if these will be coming or coming back to the game. It's just speculation, so always take this with a pinch of salt and don't expect these coming to the game anytime soon. The first one kind of defeats the purpose of it being speculation because I know it probably will happen, and this is because this dinosaur had the attack and it was removed from the game for a tail attack instead. This is the Spinosaurus. It is theorized that it will get its claw attack back because it used to have a claw attack, and it'll be very nice to see it come back to the game. Next up, we have one that has rather minimal discussion on, but it has been discussed before, and this is for Concavinator, and apparently we could be seeing this being more niched into a semi-aquatic play style, which would be very neat overall. This is something that was kind of briefly mentioned in the Christmas event because back then the Concavinator was actually a swimmy boy, or they tuned it to be a swimmy boy, and there was speculation that they wanted to keep it that way, or was just testing to make it go further that way in the future. We will also possibly see a breaking bone ability or attack in the game, whether that be for a carnivore, a large carnivore at that, or it'll be for the likes of Pachycephalosaurus or Anodontosaurus, which will be coming to the game in the future. But this is something that kind of isn't spoken about. We do know that a bone breaking ability or feature will come to the game. We don't know whether this will stretch to dinosaurs, however, Who knows? We'll also possibly see a knockback attack come to the game. Now, this is a community speculation. I put a question in the Path of Titans server asking if anyone knew of any attacks and abilities come to the game. One of the users called Doki put a comment in saying knockback. We could see knockback. It could be like the Isles knockback with their Pachycephalosaurus, or we could see like the likes of Pycnomosaurus utilizing it, big carnivores utilizing it, some sauropods utilizing it. It'll be very interesting. I'd be happy to see a knockback in the game. Another thing, and finally, is that Kentrosaurus could get a passive damage ability where, when enabled, this could mean that Kentrosaurus will have the ability where if anyone goes near it or hits its spikes or shoulder spikes or tail spikes, it does damage to them without you having to do any attacks, which is going to be a nice little ability to go for a specking into a more defensive gameplay style for Kentrosaurus. Could be the same for Anodontosaurus as well, because that is an ankylosaur, and I expect walking into its armored back will hurt you quite a bit. Probably not as much as a big blade going into you, but nevertheless quite enough. Speculation is definitely fun, and that's pretty much it for the speculation that I have to talk to you about. Do you have any speculation about attacks and abilities? What abilities and attacks would you like to see? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know what you think could come to the game in the future. And yeah, that marks the end of this video. However, if you do enjoy this video, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Do you like this kind of speculation stuff? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it and all that jazz. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are new to the channel, feel free to like and subscribe. It supports the channel a lot, of course. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.